Guys, let's get this party started. I don't need this. Get out of here. All right. Welcome back to the most informal podcast in the bowling world. BowlDMC podcast number 9 with the Strike Derby Champion, Chris the Shark Brother. Chat, are you clapping? I can't hear you.
Loud right there.
I can't hear you.
I still can't hear you.
All right, brother. What's up? What's going on?
Not much. And you know what's funny is because I'm probably the other than maybe like Tim, the least athletic in the entire house. You know, when you think of somebody that's going to throw a lot of strikes really fast, like you don't think of me. You think of like Chris or Kyle or Brad. So you know, I got something that they don't have right now. You guys don't have. So it's another tick in the shark column.
It wasn't good enough to get invited.
Yeah.
Which theoretically, looking back, I would have only had to win 2 matches at the World Championship. So they took the third place. So I mean, I didn't even need to win.
Yeah, exactly.
I only needed to get third. But
yeah.
Frankie ruined my party.
If the messenger would have just taken out the 10, it would have been good.
The flat 10? Yeah.
That would have been
fun. That's what I say every time I flat 10. Like, where's the messenger?
Yeah, I can't say that. I flat 10, I go, sounds about right.
Yeah,
flat 10, I'm like, what is that? Bad rack.
Bad rack. I'm like, okay, 6-10, at least fall over in the flat gutter. Don't just stand up.
Yeah, I had one at a college tournament. Mikey didn't see it, and I wish he did. It was the flattest 10 pin I've ever left in my life. The 6 pin literally just laid into the wall. And it was in front of the 10 pin still.
Those are tough.
I threw that one. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Plaque. That one.
Mikey and I see a lot of those watching the senior league bowlers at our pro shop. Throwing the 12-pound tropical breezes.
You love
it. Yeah, I love it.
Tropical surges.
Point for them to buy a new bowling ball.
Yeah. We'll get that 6 to at least get all the way into the gutter for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, upgrade them to a high road.
Yeah.
So I know we talked about this a little bit before we went live, but walk us through the Strike Derby. It's the first. It's the first time it's ever been done in a 2-minute span, right?
Right. And it's also I think it's the first time that they did it on multiple lanes. I think because I know that there was a clip of Belmo like beating the rack or something like that.
I think it's the first time they used 3 lanes. I think they used to use 2.
Okay. Yeah, it was really interesting because so you would think that you would just go 100% every single time and just, you know, run in between shots to just try to get as many shots off as you could. And we as a group were very lucky that we actually got to practice the night before on Friday because Kyle and I were trying to like help the mechanics figure out the pin setters so that they cycled as fast as possible. And so the first time that I went and did it, I was like, I'm just going to go fast, as fast as I can. I got off like 18 shots in 2 minutes, but I only struck like 5 times and I was dead. Like, I'm not trying to say that I, am fit in any way, shape or form, but like I was done. And I was like, okay, so I'm not going to do that because 5 is nowhere near enough. And it was just like, I really value quality over quantity because, 12 strikes is a lot, yeah, in 2 minutes. But if you throw 14 shots and you strike 12 times, especially when they're a little softer like they were, and that's good enough. You don't have to throw 20 and strike 12. So, and I think a lot of that was just, my cardio endurance was not nearly good enough to get off as many shots as like Simonson or Troop even. But, the other side of that is I have to put my thumb in it. They don't. But it was a lot of fun. Like I've had so many messages about people saying that, oh, that looked like a really good time. I want to try it. Like I hope my bowling center will let me do it. And, I want to start like this social media type thing where, we kind of challenge each other through social media to go and do it and see who can throw the most strikes in 2 minutes. And I think that would be a really good way to incorporate just the bowling world as a whole right now.
Oh, and we got to run it by the guys in the house, but we just came up with an idea where we can run a tournament through the Patreon, and the winner could win a ball or a prize or something like that. So keep an eye out for that, and if you guys are interested in that, check out the Patreon. There's a command for it. The house. Join that if you like. There's a $5 and a $10 tier, but I'm pretty sure the tournament would only be open to the $10 tier. So even if you want to subscribe for just a month, you enter the tournament. Yeah, if you feel like you've got the best chance at winning the strike challenge, then you can come in and win a prize. And then, I mean, we hope you stay. But if you don't want to, then thanks for your 1 month of support.
Yeah, you'd be missing out on a lot of good content if you only stick around for a month.
A lot of good content.
Yeah. You guys didn't even respond whenever I said, just let me know when I need to make an appearance for views. Nobody responded to that. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, we just ignored the ego comment.
Yeah, because you guys, I'm not very tech savvy.
That's how we deflated it. You were like, and we just went.
And Prather's back to normal.
And there it is.
Mikey has a dog now. I didn't see it. I didn't see the doggy. Is that a little Bo?
Yeah, she got a haircut 2 days ago.
Nice. She still has the bow on?
She's adorable.
Yeah.
Bow stay on as long as the dog lets the bow stay on. Or until it falls off.
Yeah.
Nope.
Zoe!
So we know you're all about your money. What was the haul from the Derby?
There's 25,000. 25,000. So it's pretty good.
Wait, that's not enough? How did you win that?
It's not enough.
Yeah. literally everyone was joking like, Prather doesn't care about 100,000, so he's not going to win. He doesn't care. And I was like, you kidding me? Like, my wife likes to spend money, so I need to make all the money I can at any point in time.
I don't care if it's $100. I'm trying to win.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's basically all I won when I went to St. Louis last weekend. Was a couple $100.
Hey, Brad and Kyle took it all.
Yeah, actually, Brad was lucky enough to give me some, or I was lucky enough that Brad gave me some because I bought him in the Calcutta, and it was best $100 I ever spent. Good $100.
Never thought that's Brad get value out of it.
You guys need a chop? Where's this house chop? Come on, we go bowl local tournaments. I'm expecting a house chop.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for Kyle. So Brad and Kyle always chop everything all the time, and I mean, they've literally. Kyle told me that like it doesn't matter if they talk about it, they always chop. And this one time, Brad didn't let him in on the Calcutta chop, so Brad starts the tournament win the first 2 games, and then Kyle's like, "Hey, I'm doing all right," and then Brad goes, "What are you talking about? You don't get any." And he's like,
burn.
What? What are you talking about?
That's messed up.
Always chop. Yeah. So, but yeah, pretty much the only reason why I made any money that weekend was because of Brad. So thanks, Brad.
Brad and Kyle feud.
Brad just big timed Kyle.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
I mean, his name does come first on the channel. So
I mean, he's like, yeah, man. If I had to rank the guys in the house, I think I put myself last. Big timed.
Yeah, exactly. And like he only went for 400 in the Calcutta, so I was like, yeah, I'll spend $400. Sure, why not? I figured Brad would take half, and he's like, oh, just so you know, I've never cashed in this tournament at all, like in any way, shape, or form. I've never cashed, and I bowled it 3 times, and I was like, you're due. And it was like win, second win, and I was like, yeah, that's
nice,
good investment. It was a difficult spot for me because obviously I would like to win a game, and make money and stuff. But I made more money if Brad won. So I was like, second's good in this situation because I'm making more money than if I won. So it was like, what do I do? So, but Brad started bowling not great after the first 4 games or whatever.
So speaking of Brad, I don't know if you guys were able to see it at the bowling center, but they asked several pros that weren't bowling who their selections were to win the Strike Derby. I think it was after maybe a couple of people had already bowled, but obviously they were taped. And up pops Brad, and in nothing but Brad fashion, he starts off with I love an underdog story, and we always know where that leads. And he picked Maldi, and
Yeah.
that backfired on him yet again. So we pretty much just ruled out listening to Brad about anything. maybe some like YouTube knowledge, some algorithm stuff, but anything betting related, I'll listen to Brad and just take the opposite.
I think I would just listen to Kyle for all the YouTube stuff. Like, does Brad really know more than Kyle?
Yeah, exactly.
I pretty much, it's pretty much seeing like, do we really need Brad? Do we need Brad?
Yeah, I need Brad.
Yeah, we need Brad. We need Brad.
He's a face. We need him.
We can't do it without Brad. Love the bald eagle.
Yeah.
Need him for the memes.
Dog. Need him to catch food from halfway across the freaking house.
Oh my god, content. It's great. I love it.
Oh, man.
So are all of you guys bowling the Lucy still?
If my partner sent an entry, yeah.
Who are you supposed to bowl with?
Leanne.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure she did. I don't think
sure
I paid for it yet, though.
Pretty sure they can hook that up anyway. It's Leanne.
Yeah, we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Yeah, I actually had to like pay attention this year because I'm not bowling Carolyn.
Should have made Mary do it. She's like, if I'm gonna bowl with you, you gotta make sure we get the entry in.
I sent one the first day they opened entries. So.
Yeah, same.
job,
I believe. I believe they were supposed to announce the squads today. Is that right?
Oh, today's Monday, yeah.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to announce squads today.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
didn't know
seen
which
it.
Monday. I just heard Monday.
Yeah, I saw the 8th, so I don't know. Maybe later tonight. We shall see.
I know I let Sydney take care of everything, so.
I feel like that's a pretty common trend amongst the men bowling the tournament. It's the women
I
will
just
take care of the
gave her
entry fees,
the-
and we give them money.
We take care
Yeah,
of the
I gave
plus
her-
total.
Yeah. Try to, at least. I did not last year.
Yeah.
My mindset going in this year is 400. That's the number I need to get to for us to make it comfortably.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I went 150 over last year, and we did not make the cut.
That's a big jump from 150 to 400.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm trying to
you're
make
very
match play
confident
too.
in your
I'm trying to make
abilities.
match play.
I know they're not like the.
Yeah, I mean, that,
I mean, the year before I went 330 over. So what's another 70 pins?
Sure. 400's a lot.
10 a game.
10 a game is a lot.
Yeah. What's another
It
10
is.
pins a game?
It's an extra hit every game.
Yeah. So a whole nother strike.
My hand's like another 64th under the ball now. That's like an extra kick 10.
A whole nother strike after averaging 247.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's an extra. I don't know if it's an extra there because they already hook so much. I don't think you need the extra hit
Right.
there.
Yeah,
think you almost
need
need
a
a
No,
miss.
I need
64th
the
left.
extra hit. No matter how much they hook, I need the extra hit. I need the help. Yeah,
He's
it's-
going to 3, 6, 10, 47 times.
Oof.
this
Go 316.
year.
Ooh, we have a solid question here. Chris, do you snore on purpose so you get your own room at the Airbnbs? It's a great question.
Ooh, he's
Uh,
not gonna tell us.
No. No, I'd tell
No,
you because then it
no.
wouldn't matter because everybody would not want to deal with it, so it wouldn't matter.
No. Yeah, either way. It's
No,
gonna
but
happen.
funny enough, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it to Packy because he takes care of a lot of the social media stuff. Ashley actually took a video of me snoring, and I'd never heard myself snore before,
Oh no.
and it's bad. I didn't realize how bad it was, but
It's not
bad.
good.
So I'll send it. We'll post it in the Patreon first,
Oh no.
and then we'll post it on social media because it's funny, and then everybody will get like an idea as to like why no one wants to sleep around me. Because if
Lord.
I was you guys, I wouldn't want to sleep around me either.
Well, if you want to put it in the Patreon, you'll send it to me.
Okay,
Packy
then I'll send it to you.
Packy and Mikey take care of the Instagram.
Okay, well then I'll send it to both of you guys.
I don't have access to the
'Cause-
Patreon.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
limits for some reason. It's unfortunate.
Too
Yeah,
many
like I
people,
said, you guys let me know when to make an appearance.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I had a question because I streamed a little bit earlier. Thought it was kind of interesting to ask. So now we have both bowled an event with no fans. How was your experience with no fans?
So spoiler alert. The Clash is taped. I don't know if it says it's live or if it's taped or whatever, but it is taped. So that one was.
It did say it was taped. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Safe, no spoilers.
Yeah. So that one was pretty interesting because that one's a little bit slower paced than the 2-minute thing. And the 2-minute deal, I didn't notice at all because, they were playing music. People were talking and things were going on.
Wait, did you get to pick your song?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have picked Sandstorm. That would have been epic.
Or something.
So they had music playing and everybody was talking and they were doing countdowns and stuff. So the 2-minute thing wasn't really a big deal because you were moving so fast that you couldn't even realize that there weren't any fans. But the Clash was different because it's one ball, and it's best count. So there were a couple times where someone, or in my case, I threw a strike where it was pretty necessary because I don't think anybody else had missed yet. And I wanted to be kind of pumped, but it felt really awkward. It's weird how you don't realize how much the crowd affects you until it's not there. The nerves are a little bit more noticeable because for me, the noise of the crowd tends to drown out all of the emotions that I'm feeling, and it just lets me focus because it's just noise. And with them not there, it allowed my mind to keep kind of going and rolling and having different thoughts come in and out. So I'm all for, being on TV without fans. It's just a totally different atmosphere. And I don't know if it's as exciting as it could be. I think we just have to get over that awkwardness that is there when you get excited about striking in a clutch moment.
Yeah, that's what I felt like my first shot. I threw it and I struck, and it was just awkward is the perfect word for it. Walking back, you almost don't really want to look around because there's no one there. So then it's you just kind of have the length of the approach and back into your seat until you're just kind of all right, well, I guess that was cool. But then I had some shots kind of in the middle of the match that I caught a double or caught a triple, and it was the same time all right, trying to get pumped, that was big, but then it's no one's really gonna cheer for me anyway,
right.
So might as well just kind of
it's like you feel the crowd and the crowd feels you.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. I feed off each other, and it's just kind of when you don't have anything to feed off of, it's just yay.
And you can totally feel that separation. So what I did on the Clash show, because of how the show was set up, and because it was so quiet, they wanted us to kind of banter back and forth a little bit. And Tommy was really close to the front part of the lane where he was sitting and where all the players were and everything. So in the first round, I noticed that one of the lights on the show was just bouncing off his head, and obviously Tommy is bald. So
you sure it wasn't Mike Wolf?
Not positive. And so at one point I was because I don't think I threw it very good, and it still ended up striking. I made a comment to Tommy about his baldness and how it's distracting with all the lights. So I thought it was funny, but I'm a little biased.
I mean,
Other
anyone
people.
that makes a ball joke to Tommy it's got to be funny. So
Yeah, he
But-
didn't think it was that great because I think I've overused the baldness. I also call him old. So, yeah.
Compared to all of us, he's old.
Yeah.
you're beating him down.
Yeah. It's all
Grandpa, Grandpa Jones doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think Father Barnes is still my favorite.
right. Father Barnes.
I actually, I think we were at camp in 2018, and I kept taking a piece of tape and I'd write Father on it, and he has Barnes. He has his name on his accessory pouch. I kept putting Father Barnes. I kept putting the father tape on his accessory bag, and he kept seeing it. He just kept
hilarious.
ripping it off, and he just put the tape somewhere. And I'd find the tape, and I'd put it back.
That is
that's funny.
phenomenal.
Father Barnes.
I wish bowling crowds were like in golf tournaments where someone hits a drive and they go like mashed potatoes or something like that. We need bowling crowds like that when they come back.
You hear that, chat? So if you ever go to a live show, we want you guys to say arbitrary things when a shot leaves their hand.
I have there was I feel like there's a period of time I remember watching the PBA tour that happened, but it was just like a short span of a couple of shows in a row where people would yell random things.
It's got to be the league in Portland. I mean, that's
I
the
don't
only.
think so because like that's already like kind of loud enough anyway. I mean, this was like probably 10 years ago at least.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean it was like the Baba Booey, like the random just stuff that people want to say as soon as somebody throws a shot.
I feel like it's risky
Right.
business, though. Like, you really got to make sure the shot leaves that person's hand before you say something.
Oh yeah, but it'd be funny.
We should just do it to each other.
Yeah,
I would.
Like if Darren and Mikey are bowling each other on a show, just Mikey yelling at Darren from the set deep.
There was a shot. Oh, would you look at that?
Because at least with you two, it would make sense because y'all are brothers and stuff. I think it would be hilarious.
I mean, yelling "get in the hole" still applies to bowling as well.
Oh
so.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat. If you ever go to a live show, do this for me. Do this for us. Get in the hole!
Hey, as soon as somebody releases the ball, you gotta yell, "Get in the hole!"
I'm gonna start doing that at
Oh,
like double.
do it.
I'm doing it at the league. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I would love for like a soccer announcer to do just to do bowling. Just take Randy's job for a day.
10 in the pit.
And I think it would be
I don't think strike sounds nearly as good.
Yeah, no, it would be it would still be goal.
It'd still be goal.
Yeah.
Or
Or if
just
somebody's
yell.
seven
Goals in a row.
tens and they throw it through the middle. Goal!
That would be funny. That would be funny.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, there's another good question. Speaking of the league, how are you going to handle Packy as a teammate?
Oh well, we've already hazed him a little bit. So our top four guys that we really, really wanted, we thought for sure we were going to get Mitch back. And then the other three were Martin Larson, Packy, because he was the best lefty on the board in our opinion, and then Sloan. Sloan is a Portland favorite from the Masters show when they got to meet him in Vegas and stuff. And
yeah, we didn't want to bowl for you
So-
anyways.
all right, well, we already knew you were going to be gone, so it didn't matter. Like we had those were our top four guys that we hoped would be there, and then we had guys that we were like, okay, they're probably going to go in the second round, and they'll be our backup, because we were originally going to try to trade up to get Simonelli and then take one of the last picks and take whoever was available, who the best available was at the time. But nobody wanted to do that, which is fine. I get it. So anyway, I'm texting Packy and kind of keeping him in the loop, and he's still available, and then LAX gets to pick and they don't take him. And I'm like, that makes sense because they already have Butters, so why would they? And I'm like, hey man, how's it going? And he's like, just waiting on getting picked. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I hope you're ready for a phone call soon. And he's like, yeah, I think I should have been number one, but it is what it is. And so I told Tim, I was like, hey, make sure you pick Martin first because Packy thinks that he's a number one pick, so we should pick him second anyway. And then when he got into like our group message, Wes was like, we didn't even want you. You were just like, we only picked you because you're left-handed. Like, we don't even like you. Like, he was giving him crap already. And he was like, oh, I see. So then when he got on with Lucas about, getting picked and everything like that, saying he was a steal, he fits in so well with the Portland attitude. So I think he's going to do all right. I think it's just going to be a little bit of an adjustment to understand that the crowd in Portland is, one, incredible, and two, they're brutal. Like, if you don't strike or if you're getting six to the middle, like, they are brutal. And it doesn't matter if you're a Portland Lumberjack or not.
I feel like Packy's perfect for that, though.
Oh, I know so that too. I told Timmy, I was like, he is going to be phenomenal because he doesn't care. Like, it's not going to bug him. He's one of those guys that's going to react with the crowd, and it's going to be a great time, and he's going to put on a great show. And, we were very, very fortunate that he went all the way to, 13, 14 or whatever we picked him at.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of shocked he went kind of as far down as he did. But at the same time, it's like I knew whoever was going to eventually take him, it was going to be like that. That's just like if you could wrap Packy and put him in one specific tournament, like that, just like he just fits that so well. One, like he's a good team player, and then obviously like him just being as energetic as he is, like he's gonna. He actually, like, the only issue is like maybe even getting too hyped.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then
like,
he throws one out of the back of the building.
Yeah, but it's
there's
nice
so much
to
time
where
in between shots. He could pretty much go all out and then
unless he's in the tent
and then pull out the defibrillator.
Yeah, exactly. And then like the solace in that is that like in that building, hard and straight on the left side is perfect. So I'm like, Packy, get hyped. Throw it 100. I don't care. Like Simonelli strikes so much and he doesn't throw it slow. Yeah. So I'm like, Packy, crush all over it at the bottom and throw it 100 and you're going to strike every time.
I want to bowl on the other side so I can throw urethane.
The high side or the low side?
The opposite side of the side we bowled on last year. That's the low side.
Okay, well, good news is I'm pretty sure that's where we're bowling at this year.
Let's go! If we bowl you guys, I'm throwing urethane. I'm putting it out there now.
Great. I hope we meet you in like game 72, so it goes in the left gutter at the dot.
72. No. When we bowl you for the title, I'm throwing urethane. I'm gonna convince the entire team. I don't think Pete's gonna like that too much, but wait, who's on the team? Oh yeah. The rest of us will be completely fine.
Yeah, Pete's going to be throwing an IQ tour, and everybody else is going to be throwing a pitch black.
He's going to plaque 10
purple hammer
and just look at us and go, I told you guys we shouldn't have thrown urethane.
Maybe the first time that someone yells at their own team for the balls that they're throwing.
Meanwhile, the rest of us haven't missed the entire game. We're bowling 250 every game, only because Pete's missing.
Got to drill Pete a hot cell.
Yeah, hot cell.
Pitch purple.
Pitch purple. Ooh, I feel like Pete would like the pitch purple.
He could.
So, you know how we talk about like, so I've actually been talking to like all three of you guys about trying to learn how to hook urethane. Obviously, Chris is like outlier because you don't put your thumb in it, but Darren and Mikey both can hook urethane really well, and I've been asking you guys a lot of questions trying to learn. And I bowled the doubles event in St. Louis last weekend with Brandon Biondo. And he was throwing a hot cell.
Talk about an outlier.
25 to like 8. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, he's further left with a urethane ball than I was with a reactive ball. He's covering more boards. And I was just like, what is going on? And I was like, I guess I need to drill a hot cell to get my urethane ball to cover boards.
Biondo's got that,
That's
that
what I'm
magic
missing.
spin touch.
Dude, he's extra spin biscuit.
To be
Spin to
fair,
win,
even
baby.
to be fair, even when we're bowling on short patterns, usually 80% of the field is left of you with urethane when you're throwing like your little daredevil trick or whatever
Yeah,
ball
He's
that you
like
have
one
in your
of four
hand at the
people on
time.
tour that actually has good touch and can roll it. The rest of us are
Yeah.
just monkeys that just screw urethane balls into the ground. So.
You know what's funny though is everybody thinks that I have this good touch, and the touch that I have is touching every hole. It's just not as hard as all of you guys.
Yeah, you have
Prater's
good
like,
touch.
Prater's like, I wish I could screw it into the floor. I just can't.
I'm
I
just
don't
too
know
clean
how.
at the bottom. I'm just too good to it. And when I screw it into the ground, it hooks immediately.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
that's,
it doesn't.
that's what we love to see.
That's the key.
It does hook immediately, but it just like goes, and then it's done. There's no like.
It's because
there's
you're too far right.
Comes with time.
It's
You'll
'cause you're too
figure
far
it
right.
out.
Got to go left and get steeper, bro.
I go left and get steeper, and then it's gonna be like skirt right in the gutter.
No.
I mean, he did do that when we were messing around with it. I think it was the players
That's
or
true.
something.
Yeah, because I went into like 15 or
He's
17 or something
he's
like that.
watch this. And Baggy was filming it, and it went straight in the gutter.
It was like an 8-year-old kid throwing like a house ball down the lane. It was like 8 miles an hour, and it just the slowest gutter ball ever. And it was like, boop.
That was
Oh
good.
man, that's funny.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh goodness.
goodness.
We're keeping that in.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's kind of sad with what's going on right now in the Twitch world. With there've been a lot of copyright strikes for popular music being played lately. So all the streamers have been going through and deleting all their VODs and all their clips and all the memories they've made over the years. And
It
yeah,
sucks.
it sucks. I'm playing non-copyrighted music right now, so I
That's what I
literally
had to do early.
I literally went to YouTube and I just typed in non-copyright music and I made a playlist. It's mostly just lo-fi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
imagine-
pretty much what I have.
Imagine someone goes back and copyrights all of the non-copyright, and then you're just
Dude,
screwed. And then it's just
I mean, it's a good thing this isn't my full-time gig.
right.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And that's why there's some popular obviously Twitch streamers that will use songs for like certain situations and like they can't do it anymore.
hmm
Yeah, like T plays the 5 on it and gets like anywhere from like 30 to
He gets many
100
subs.
subs.
He gets many
Yeah,
subs.
I mean like it's like ridiculous how many subs he gets just by playing a song, just because his community loves it, and now he's not able to play it anymore. So
You should just sing it.
I mean, he might.
Just play some audio in the background. I got 5 on it.
I wonder if can you get? Nah, you can't get a copyright strike for that, can you?
So I'm pretty sure you can get copyright for anything.
They could
Probably,
find a way,
yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
to go that far,
Yeah,
I don't want to get into
It's
the politics of it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. It just sucks. But
Yeah, because like on the first or second show after people started calling me Superman or whatever, they wanted me to wear a Superman shirt underneath my jersey, and then if I won, like rip my jersey and would reveal the Superman logo. And I was like, I ain't getting. We don't make enough money.
it's
to do that.
perfect now. You have your own shirt.
I know. I'm gonna do it next time. I didn't have a shirt with me to do
even
it.
then-
So I gotta.
yeah. Even then, it's still like you're using the generic,
Right.
part of
I'm
the
using the
logo,
likeness.
like
yeah.
So it's like
So
you haven't
can
really.
you get sued for that?
Yeah, if you don't change it enough, you can.
Maybe I'll change the colors. I don't know.
Yeah, you could do that probably.
I will
Yeah, I
say
don't
I was wearing it through the grocery store a couple weeks ago, and there was a guy wearing a Superman shirt walking at me, and he looked at my shirt and was like really confused. And he asked me, he's like, "Isn't that supposed to be an S?" I was like, "Yeah, this is my own shirt." Like, he's like,
I'm kind of a
What do you
big
do?
deal, so this is my shirt.
Yeah.
They call me Superman. Yeah, it's just a thing.
"Yeah."
Perhaps you've heard of me.
Yeah, perhaps you heard of it.
He was really curious about like what I did and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, just like Google me real quick." And he was like, "Oh, this is you," and I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And So Flanagan, I know you're watching. I drove a random non-bowler to your website, so you're welcome.
Boom.
Yeah,
Love to see it.
one.
Hey,
Hey,
one's better than none.
one could
Yep.
lead to many. You don't know. He goes home like, honey, you'll never know who I met at the store today. Oh yeah, check this guy out. And then now they're gonna subscribe to your
And then she's like,
YouTube channel.
I really didn't know.
Yeah, I will say so because of the TOC. One of the video titles says Prather wins TOC and $1 million or something like that.
Oh yeah, Fox messed that one up.
Yeah.
Or did they?
Yeah, they did because I didn't get $1 million. So
But you get
like,
the
first
views
couple-
and the clicks.
Yeah, you get the views and the clicks. So
Still doesn't
you know,
add up
smart
to $1
on
million.
their part. Yeah,
Working on
not
it.
in my not in my bank account anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Working up towards
So, yeah, I need 10 more TOCs and PBA playoffs. But the first couple of times that I told people to Google me, they were like, "Oh, you want $1 million?" I was just like, "Sure, yeah, okay." They're like, "Oh, that's so cool," and I'm like, "Yeah, I wish." And it just made me sad.
it. What are you gonna buy with that $1 million?
Oh, nothing. I'm investing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna invest it and hope it turns into $1 million one day. Man,
Oh,
yeah, that was like, yeah, because when I saw it, I was like, wait, because I clicked on it real quick. I was like, wait a minute. I had to go back. I was like, did that say $1 million? And then I looked
Yeah.
down and I was like, yeah, it says $1 million. I was like, I was like, I
Yep.
wonder if he could like sue, like, listen, like, bro, they only gave me 100,000. Like,
yeah, I thought
where's the
about
other
it, but I'm
900?
like, that's not.
It wasn't Fox who was paying you anyway, so
Yeah,
Probably
I don't think I
not
could
the
have got away with it.
play.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I mean, you could just retire after that. It's not like you need to keep bowling. So
yeah.
you can bowl.
I'd still want to though.
You could be on the amateur tour.
Just travel around bowling all the amateur stuff all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
I did that for a couple years.
me too. That's how I survived.
Yeah, you make bank out there, man.
Dude, it's much easier money. Not as much, but
Yeah, and then not a lot of the tournaments tax you either, so it's another one.
like
The
when
real
Mikey and I were
savings.
still living in California, the monthly gold pin run
Takes care of you.
takes care of you. It funded our boba addiction for months. And some. Yeah, we went on a
I love
streak.
that.
Mikey went on a streak where he had milk tea for 11. Was it 11 days in a row?
I mean, that's probably being modest.
It was something. It was somewhere between 11 and 2 weeks. But
That's insane.
Man.
The only thing I could eat or drink that much in that amount of time is Cane's.
it's a sweet
Oh, we know.
tea.
We know.
Hey, so are you treating us to Canes when we all hook back up? Now that you got this.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Hey,
What a nice
they're,
guy.
you can come visit me. They're actually building one in Springfield now.
Nice.
Are you
I
bowling
will
Jody
do that.
Boyd's 10K?
No, because I
Thank
don't
God.
know. So, okay, I'm going to protect myself a little bit here because I don't know what is out there or not, but there is potentially another event in July down in Jupiter around that time. So I don't know if it's confirmed yet or not. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that if there is an event, it will be for the top 8 in points. So I will be going to that as well.
Is it for 2 years or this year?
Yes, 2 years.
2 years?
So it's like another one of the tour finals
The main
type
event.
deal.
Yeah,
Or main
and
event.
it'll either be tour finals or, something along those lines. It might be another. They might be trying to bring back the King of the Lanes or whatever.
Oh, King of Bowling.
So,
that was
King of
that was
Bowling.
a cool deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
So, but like I said, I don't know what is said or not said yet. So
All right.
yeah, try not to piss off people.
Yo, Mikey and Chris, are we teaming up? Are we squadding up for this Jody Boyd thing?
Sure.
Oh, we
I'm
should
in.
get Sandy.
Is
Okay.
it 4 or 5? Did we ever figure that out?
I have no clue.
I don't know, but if it's actually, I think Sandy has a team.
He could leave.
He should.
He could leave.
He should.
Well, if anybody bowling the Jody Boyd thing is, know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Know somebody who knows somebody.
I've been trying to get Packy to leave his house and like go to a different state for like a month and a half, and he just doesn't want to. Like, he's not going to go bowl anything. He was supposed to come down here to Pensacola and help me run a camp and bowl in the tournament that I run, and he's just like, yeah, I don't want to. Like, he's pretty nervous about all this COVID stuff and contracting the virus and everything, which is fine.
I just saw an article today from WHO, WHO, that it's not actually as contagious as people thought it was.
Yeah, and I also think that, like, I'm a believer in our immune system, so I feel like if you contract it and then you recover from it, obviously, provided that you don't have any underlying health risks or anything like that, like, then it's, you don't get to, you're not going to contract it again after that. So I'm not really sure.
I think it's more the spreading it part that we're afraid of.
Yeah, because you're contagious for what, like 2 weeks afterwards or something like that?
Something like that.
It's up to 14 days, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like I kind of spoke about this one of our first podcasts, was like, I feel like us being bowlers and the amount of times we travel and the amount of places that we've been, the people we're constantly around,
we have strong immune system.
I think our immune systems are extremely strong. So, I mean, like, obviously people like Frankie, who's had health issues in the past, anyone like that, obviously is a different story, but I think a good majority of us have a very strong immune system, and I don't think it would affect us nearly as much, but I'm not a professional by any means.
Right. I also think it helps that we're younger and would be better able to fight it off once we either figure out what we have or get to the hospital or whatever. I think it would be easier for us to recover from it. So I don't know. I like to think that we were created with an immune system for a reason. So that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Mikey's taking it to a whole new level this week.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pushing the boundaries week by week.
He's taking informal to he's literally playing the informal card.
Yeah, I definitely thought that he would have been having he would have had a few more little one-liners like we're used to. I figured we would have had a couple more of those. So
yeah, apparently it's a week 9. He hasn't warmed up the crowd yet, so
that's fair.
We're waiting for the breakout party at some point in time.
What's going on with Mikey? He hasn't been as Mikey-esque as he could be on these shows.
Yeah, I think it's the quarantine. It's just kind of draining the energy out of him.
He's getting rusty.
Mm-hmm.
Draining the energy out of him.
I bet what it is because you guys will figure it out eventually. But when you're married, you can't really throw little one-liners at your significant other, your wife or husband or whoever, and because they get mad, they don't like it, and then they're mad at you, so then you just stop doing it. So he's probably getting trained to not throw those out anymore. So he needs to be retrained with the boys.
But Mary throws them back. So
yeah.
I feel like it's almost worse coming from Mary.
Right.
Like Mikey,
it's a little more meaningful coming from Mary.
She tops Mikey. It's rough sometimes.
So he probably just doesn't do it so that way he doesn't get just crapped on for 30 minutes.
True. But he hangs out with us pretty much every night playing Call of Duty, so it's not like we haven't hung out with him at all, Speaking of Call of Duty / video games, I was kind of racking my brain around this a little bit, and I've said it a couple of different times, but I really think the wind sprints that you ran playing 2K, I think they paid off for you in the Strike Derby.
Yeah, all those thumb exercises.
Yeah,
help me find the thumb hole a little bit faster, for sure.
And did you have like a practice session with your team before you went out into the lanes, kind of get you warmed up, make sure you're stretched and ready to go?
No, I didn't bring my PlayStation down with me, so I couldn't play.
Ah.
But I watched some YouTube videos, watched what those guys were doing, and just visualized myself doing it.
Yeah.
And
I think
that was
people stretch.
Yeah, I think that
Nice.
was good enough.
Yeah. Watch The Last Dance. Watch Michael run some wind sprints.
Yeah,
And you're
exactly.
Like, yeah, I'm ready now. I'm good to go now.
So,
You had to up your player rating.
yeah. Watch some Remember the Titans or Road to Glory, some of those good sports movies where they're working their tails off, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be fat and lazy and watch you guys do it and pretend for 5 minutes.
Did you go to the store and spend your skill points on stamina? Increase your stamina rating before you start bowling. Just went from a 72 to a 78. Let's go, baby. I'm ready.
I needed to compound it though. I needed to go in between rounds. Like,
No kidding.
Too tired. Need some of that G fuel.
Each match that you won could have gave you some extra skill points you could have used.
Right.
By the end, you could have been like an 86 or something.
Yeah. Should
Could be
have.
cruising right along.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I never even thought of that. That's awesome.
We need a bowling game like that.
Right, where
Put
you can
together a
actually
My
like
Player.
upgrade your attributes and stuff.
That'd be cool.
It'd be really cool if because they could do DLC for the game that's out now because they're going.
I think
to,
they've
they're
dropped one or
supposed
two
to.
already, adding new players.
Also, I'm a little. This is my ego here talking. So back in December or wherever it was when I went down to Florida for the Clash last year, they had the game before it dropped, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we want to put you in the game. We're gonna do a DLC, blah blah blah," and nothing. They haven't called me. I haven't said nothing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
of all
"All right,
people,
well."
I feel like you should be in the game by now.
Yeah, and I should have a shark head instead of my own head. I should have a shark head.
They should do DLCs
That'd be
where they
cool.
have wild things like that, and you should be able to
Right.
play as the professionals. I feel like that. There's so many things they
Right.
can do with that game that they haven't that would make it so much better.
Yeah, I feel like
Right.
it has a pretty strong base. I just think they need to grow it a little faster.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Had to go drop the healthy one.
We were just talking about DLC for the bowling game.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't executed that game as well.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good foundation. I just think
I-
they're taking
yeah.
way too long to get where it needs to go.
Their online
Yeah.
play needs to be better.
Mhm.
And I also think that with the COVID, that could probably have an effect on getting new players in. Like, I would love for them to have like a PBA league, like type of thing where you can get drafted to your own team and bowl with. Yeah, that would be sick.
Kind of
Like
like
a
in
My
2K where
Career.
you get drafted to a team and then you play on that
Right.
team moving forward.
Exactly.
Be
And
like a
then,
My Career type too.
Yeah.
Right. That would be insane.
Because there's never been a
so
bowling
many-
game like that before.
No, like they've had like career options, but you always start out as good as you're going to get,
Yeah.
Yeah.
type of thing.
Pretty
I
much
mean,
Joe
it's usually you don't have attributes. It's the bowling ball that has attributes.
Right.
Or
right.
it's like you're doing the same thing no matter what. It's the bowling ball that you upgrade.
Could you imagine
gives
all
you
the
extra
coding
things.
going into that though? Like as you change your attributes and stuff.
Well, I mean,
like-
can you imagine all the coding that goes
oh my
into
god.
NBA 2K?
Yeah, but
I mean,
Right.
but 2K's got the funding that that Farsight Studios probably
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, but I
Right.
mean, it's like not like the players move that much.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like that's not really the issue. I mean, they have that down, I think, pretty well.
They just don't have money, I feel like.
Yeah, which that could be pretty much the reason, honestly.
Crowdfunded
Yeah.
bowling game.
They should put like a league play in,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Brother
what.
was
Yeah,
saying.
that's what. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
like a
Because
it's like a skill
I mean-
campaign type thing.
yeah, and then like once you move so far up in like the points or whatever, like yeah, I think a My Career option would be insane. Like I haven't downloaded it yet. I've been playing a lot of 2K obviously, but if they had like a My Career option,
No.
I would download that game in a heartbeat and I would play it all the freaking time.
Yeah, it would
until
keep
I-
people
you
more
know.
involved and committed to it. Because
Right.
right now it's just repetitive, and then some of the challenges are just ridiculous. Like you have
Right,
to average.
and then
There's one tournament you have to average 300 for the bracket, which I've been trying to do.
What?
Yeah, I'll shoot 300,
What?
and then I'll throw a 5-bagger, and then I'll half 10 pin or something, and it's like,
Ugh.
okay, well I got
And then
halfway.
you just start over.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's insane.
What's even more insane though, before the update, I shot 878 for those 3 games, and I didn't know that was the challenge to shoot 900.
Oh, that's
So I'm over
sick.
here like, I missed twice. I hit 34 out of 36.
I'd have
That's
deleted the game.
insane. Yeah, that would fry me out.
It was bad.
Yeah,
But I mean, like,
I started going
There's-
back and doing some of the challenges, and it's just like, it's not even worth it. It's so frustrating.
It is.
yeah, then you could get into like, if you did like a my career type of thing, and then you could have like your own little squad or whatever. You could have your own little team and then bowl against other people, and then have head-to-head matches for, you know, virtual currency or whatever is in the game to upgrade your player. Like, there's so many different options that you could do. But I agree with Darren that they might just not have the funding to be able to
Yeah.
put all of this into it. They might have thought of it and just they can't do it, or the people that are coding the game can't do it or want to get paid more or whatever.
Mm.
But that would be I would buy that game in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because that'd be cool. Like, imagine like, hey, like, bro, you want to run trios? Like,
Yeah.
just get like a 3-man team, and you have like
yeah.
you can enter a tournament, and you have until whatever specific time to bowl your allotted games, and then that's basically you're competing. Like, that would be the easiest way of doing
Yeah, they
it.
could do like week-long events where
Yeah,
you just
that-
bowl until you get to whatever, and
It would be cool if they had like the open championships in the game.
Yeah,
See?
like you both
Like a
go bowl a
month, and
squad.
you just bowl your 9 games, and then wherever you stack up, that you get a reward.
you play
Yeah.
ranked too. Like a lot of games have ranked where you could play 1v1,
Oh, yeah.
and then you get your win-loss ratio, and then they have
Yeah.
worldwide rankings.
All right, we're hired on the design team for the next
Yeah,
game.
like come on.
Yeah, it's just too bad we don't know how to code.
All right, Prather, just keep winning tournaments, and we're just gonna use your money. Sounds
All right,
good.
that sounds-
Thanks, buddy.
yeah. It's just an investment.
But yeah, their player base could double or triple. I feel like instantly with a my player system.
Yeah, because like when you first start playing the game, like, it's cool, and like I feel like the graphics are pretty good. I feel like the
Mhm.
hits are fairly realistic. I mean, there's still some, but I mean,
It
that's
depends
just
on how
video
you
games.
play the game. If you're arcade or simulated. The way I play, it's just not realistic.
Yeah. Well, I do the other one, so it's more realistic, and it's like, I mean, I feel like it's a pretty solid game, but at the same time, it, like, for me, it didn't take me very long to beat the game. Like, I think there was only like maybe 5 or 6 events that I had to go back, maybe more than that, but there wasn't very many events I had to go back to try to gold star.
Right.
And like, I don't know, to me it just didn't seem very difficult, but I don't know. So I feel like there just wasn't much to expand off of the game. Like, I spent probably 2 weeks of time ish streaming, which is still probably a decent amount of time because I stream for about 3 hours at a time. So it's not like it's not a long period of time playing the game. But at the same
Mhm.
time, it's probably not far off of what normal people play games for. And it's like, and then it's done, and it's like, all right, well, do I try these challenges? And then you try the challenges for a day, and you get like 2 done, and they get to be ridiculous, and you just don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, and I think that it would be like with those challenges and stuff is have the challenges a part of like accomplishments for like a my career or whatever. Like, say you're in a tournament and you shoot 900, then you unlock the 900 accomplishment type of thing, and you get like a bonus or whatever.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, we've just in this like 5 or 6 minutes that we've been talking, like we've opened up so many possibilities that we have no clue if they've thought about it or not, but it would be an absolutely sick game. Like, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
We should
I
make
feel like
our own game, the house bowling game.
I feel like they had to have thought about it just because like it's not that like out there of an idea.
Yeah, it's
like,
not far-fetched
right.
at all.
I mean, it's pretty much just like any other sporting event game. We would just have to go about it a little differently due to bowling being different. But yeah, I mean, it has to come down to funding, and I mean, I don't really know what it takes to make video games like coding wise. Obviously, I know it takes a pretty substantial amount of time, so I'm sure it's not cheap, but
Right.
it would be cool to see. I don't know, maybe they're making some money off this game and they can keep building onto it in the future. I don't know.
Right, because I mean, I think the DLC portion of it would be incredibly ideal. Like that would be, because then you don't have to redesign a game, you don't have to redesign anything. You can just update it, and then it just makes everything easier for you. And I just, if they ever contact me about being in the game, I'm going to ask all of these questions to see what is possible, because I would love to see it happen, with like a My Career or
Definitely.
anything like, yeah, any kind of update like that would be incredible.
I would play it way more if it had pretty much everything that we just talked about.
100%.
We should take our ideas like 2K Sports or something, or EA.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I mean, like they're taking PGA on now, and I don't know, maybe in the future they might, once this Fox and Bolero deal keeps growing and we hopefully keep getting a little bit bigger, maybe they'll show a little interest in making a video game. That'd be cool.
Yeah, see, what I could do is get really good at 2K and then make it into the 2K league, and then talk to the devs and be like, yo, how can we improve this game? Could you help us out? And then we make a sick game. But I don't think that's going to happen.
It's like, Chris, so you've been playing 2K for several years now and you've gotten really good. Do you think there's any changes we can make? Yeah, a bowling game. like no, we're talking about best. No, a bowling game. Like, all right, next.
And you're done.
It's like, nah, not what we're looking for. We're actually trying to make some money.
News comes out the following day. Prather has been dropped. It's like, oof, tough.
All right, we don't want to keep you too much longer, so we're going to ask you our closing questions. We have a total of 2.
Oh, okay, good.
1. And we ask this to everybody that comes on. Make your own bowling ball. Core, cover, scent, and name.
Ooh, okay. So core would be the Phase 2 core. I don't know what it's called, but Phase 2 core.
Not the Daredevil trick.
No. Phase 2 core. And then I would
Velocity.
put the velocity core.
I think
Okay,
so.
so we would do the velocity core, and if that's wrong, you can spam it in the comments. And then I would do the I would do the nano cover from the so like Hyro Nano, Virtual Gravity Nano, that cover.
Phase.
Yeah, I would do a nano phase, and then I would scent it to smell like
Cane.
cane sauce.
Whatever
No, it would
sweet
be
tea
like,
smells like. The taste of sweet tea and a scent.
Yeah. No, it would be like barbecue chicken or something like that. Like
Didn't do that one.
one of those, like, how you smell like brisket cooking.
Oh, like barbecue.
The barbecue
yeah.
chicken.
Like barbecue.
The
Like a
barbecue chicken
smoker.
ball.
A smoker.
Smoker. Yeah, that smoky, just like bonfire smell.
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
I think they would just call it campfire.
Yeah, there you go. Campfire.
Ooh, yeah. There we go.
Storm, you're welcome. If they come out with a campfire scent, though, that'd be.
What if it's the exact ball you're talking about right now? It's got the velocity core, nano cover, campfire.
I'd be like, yo, where's my cut? Where's my cut?
And then a name. What do
we
you
need
name it?
name and color.
Oh, and color. That's
name
right.
and color. So,
Wait,
color?
is it a solid, hybrid, or a pearl?
no, it's solid. It's got nano.
You can have
It's the
nano hybrid, nano pearl. We've had it before.
we're gonna-
They haven't been as successful. But just
Yeah, so we're gonna do nano solid. We're gonna
Okay.
do the most successful because we want this ball to be phenomenal.
the greatest ball ever.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then we're gonna call it. So
I
I'm
came up with a
going-
good one, but you need your own name.
All right, I'm gonna do it, and then you can say yours. So
All right.
I'm gonna call it the. We're gonna call it s'more because you're always gonna want some more.
More that smells like barbecue chicken.
I'd be so confused. Hey, bro, can you hand me my s'more? Barbecue chicken.
Now, if it goes by campfire, then it makes much more sense.
Yeah, if it
But
goes
if
by
it, but if
campfire.
it's but if it smells like barbecue chicken, we got some
Yeah,
issues.
if they go campfire, then it's fine. And then we'll make it like black and purple, and with like a little gray in there or something. So it's like charcoal with another good color that always strikes on a bowling ball is purple, and then some gray or white for the smoke. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. S'more.
I like it. I like it.
Come on, Storm, do it for me one
Do
time.
one time. My ball name was the Phase Fire.
Oh, that's
Phase
exactly
fire?
what I was
Okay.
thinking, bro. That's
Alright.
exactly what I was
Great
thinking.
minds think alike.
Not the barbecue
That's a good one.
phase.
Yeah, the
The
barbecue
barbecue
chicken.
Phase.
Yeah, just call it the barbecue chicken.
I'd love a ball like that. The barbecue chicken.
The smoky
That
phase.
smelled like s'mores.
So it's gonna look a lot like a wild streak then.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Yeah.
Just a wild streak.
Maybe
So-
maybe
so we're
not
just
as
changing-
much.
So we're just
Yeah.
changing chords in the wild streak and making it smell.
Yeah, there it is.
Very much, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
All
actually doing a call with Roto Schlim tomorrow, so I'll be like, yeah, we need to make this happen.
Hell yeah.
You can make
Yeah,
my
he
China cell too.
He can't make it smell though.
Oh yeah, you gotta talk to Steve or Hank.
Hey, it's like, hey, Slim. I love you, pal, but can you give this idea? Can you give this
Yeah, be
idea to
like-
Hank? I need this
Hopefully
ball to
he's at
smell.
Hopefully he's at the plant and be like, yo, Hank, I see you back there. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
We'll
gotta
forward
get
the
ball that
idea and just
smells.
let them know that it was your idea.
I love it. I don't care if it happens. I'm gonna claim it all the way.
That's all me.
Yeah.
Where are my royalties? Pay me. All right, question number 2. 4 people. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of bowling?
Earl's got to be there. Walter's got to be there. Pete and
This is always the good one.
yeah, Pete and Norm. Those are Earl, Walter, Pete, and Norm. I think those are the goats for sure.
It's a pretty common one. I feel like we've
These
heard.
are
Yeah.
solid picks.
I was trying to think of guys that I would want to say guys like Belmo because he's the greatest bowler of our generation, until he decides to retire. So, and then we have another greatest of the generation. But, if I had to replace somebody off of that, I would probably take Walter or Norm off and put Belmo on. One of the two, because you got to think of guys that impacted the sport the most. And Pete basically, with his 30 for 30, they said how he basically saved bowling and made it exciting again. So, I don't think there's any way that you can not put Pete up there. And then Earl was the GOAT for, however many decades. So it's, if we're talking about just transcending the sport and changing the sport across the globe, then Belmo's got to be there too. As much as I don't want to say that, but that's only because we bowl against him still. So once he retires, I'll be less salty about it.
Yeah, we're just logically speaking people. We don't like to say things that aren't true.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things that Belmo's going to be on the Mount Rushmore of bowling, and he's going to go down as one of the greatest of all time and everything. But it's a little salty in the to say right now, because every one of us wants to be the best, and it's still him right now.
Yeah, and we all want to beat him.
Yeah, I just need to bowl him on TV, not in freaking wherever, match play and stuff.
Yeah, we could work together on that, because I've been beating him a lot in match play this year. But
yeah,
I
of
mean,
course, now that
he
I
still
say
makes the
that,
shows.
Yeah, of course. Now that I say that, he's gonna freaking beat my head in the next time I bowl him on TV.
No, it's okay. He doesn't watch these podcasts. We're too small for him, so you're good. You're good. You say whatever you want here.
It does seem that you have his doubles partner's number, though.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you pretty much every time you're on TV, you end up bowling him.
I need some help there.
Yeah, we're also. I think I'm slightly ahead in that, because I got him at the playoffs, so that's one. Got him at the TOC, that's 2. He got me at the players, so 2 and 1. He got me to another one. Where else did he get me?
Well, you got him. You got him at the Strike Derby, baby.
Oh yeah, so maybe it's 3-1 my favor.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I mean, and 2 of them were for 200,000. So.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the big ones.
Yeah. Maybe I need to just bowl Bill more.
I mean, he probably wouldn't want that. I don't think many people want that.
Yeah, I believe he would disagree.
Yeah, I got a bowl Bill to get the Bills. So.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Put that on a shirt.
Yeah, that should be a shirt.
Taking the Bills.
Bill to get the Bills.
Taking Bills from Bill.
Flanagan, let's make another shirt.
I don't think Bill would like that one too much. He'd definitely roast you on Twitter for that one.
Oh, I'd love it though. How would he roast him though? He's got his digits right now.
Yeah. He's creative. He'll think of something.
Yeah. He'd be commentating on another TV show and be like, Prather sucks or something.
This guy right here. I mean, he just made a shirt. He's beat me 3 times, and he made a shirt about it, about beating me, making money off of me.
These young kids.
Yeah, they don't even know.
The arrogance. Where's the respect?
It would be funny
good. It would be funny. I might have to shoot Bill a text and be like, "Yo, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think?" And he'd probably respond with,
"Thinking about this shirt idea."
It doesn't matter what you say; it's gonna happen.
Think about this shirt idea.
Imagine.
Do I have your approval? No. Great. Thanks.
I can only imagine what he would say.
He'd probably be that smart guy and say, "Only if I get half the royalties."
Yeah, exactly. He'd be like,
True.
"I split it with you."
True. I mean, to be fair, it does have his name on it. So.
Yeah, it'd have his name on it twice. He could fight for 66%.
I mean, technically, one is Bill and one is Bills. So.
Yeah, his name's not Bills O'Neill.
He's just one Bill. Yeah.
Williams O'Neill.
Williams.
Middle name's like Steve or something. Then he is Bills O'Neill.
Could be. Bill S. O'Neill.
You never know.
I'm literally gonna text. I'm gonna shoot him a message right after this. Be like, "Yo, shirt idea. We good."
Sounds good.
Man.
Well, we're gonna let you get back to your. You were running something with some kids, so we'll let you get back to that.
Yeah. There was some kids up here practicing, and they wanted to bowl with me, so we hung out for a little bit and bowled. And about it. Now I'm gonna meet a bunch of other friends and family up here. So
right on.
Not a whole lot going on.
Well, thanks for being on. We appreciate you.
Yeah, guys, had a great time. Look forward to doing it again.
And if you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, the whole deal. You can find us on twitch.tv/VitaminDTang every single week on random days. Normally it's Saturday, but the last 2 weeks have been Monday because of just circumstances. So we'll be back next week with another special guest, and we hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. Is Prather gone?
He's frozen it.
He's just stroking his chin.
Oh, he slightly moved there.
We should all do the pose.
Is it this hand?
Take a screenshot.
Oh, he's backwards, so I'm confused. Is it?
Yeah, other hand, Chris. Other hand.
Other hand? Oh,
other
I'm
hand.
backwards.
Am I backwards? Am I correct? Which hand?
You're correct. No, the other one.
This one?
All right, chat, you got it?
Nice.